All right, grand evening, Royals. How are you all doing? Trusting that your day was well. I, of course, will be taking a moment to go into something that I believe we can all learn from. Now, with regards to my investing and what I have been working towards doing, is of course improving my own personal analysis for what it is would be printing on the charts themselves. So, understanding that we have a system that we work with, our business plan can literally either save us from bad investments or allow us to maximize our good investments. All right. And this was something that I would have been looking out for. And as it did not play out, I, of course, want to come on and share an idea with you guys. Now, moving forward, I have been working on longer term investments, as I would have mentioned from before. And this is something that I would have noticed that Bitcoin had done. And the idea behind this video is to speak about market resets as they happen. This was essentially what I was looking out for from about 2 weeks, a week ago, thereabouts, and expecting price to do one thing and seeing that it did something close, not exactly what I was anticipating, but it did something close as to my projection. This is considered as market insights. All right. Market makers drive prices up and down, as we know, and most traders are essentially trying to capitalize on any given movement. Now, the reason I am personally working towards longer term investments is because we all have a life to live. And I essentially do not need to be glued to a screen to set a pending order up and have a target and let the market makers do what they have to do so I can go about to live my life while profits are being made. All right. Now, this particular investment, the idea behind this video is to essentially share some insights with you so that moving forward, it can be improved upon. All right. So, again, this was my idea for what I was expecting price to do on Bitcoin. And I was looking out for a small 3 levels down retracement so that this could have been potentially taken on the quarterly level 65,000, and the idea for the target would have been 70,000. Now you can clearly see this is what has happened with Bitcoin. Now, what has happened here? This is simply just 2 levels down, and then, of course, the market makers, they give their formation to go bullish, and look at essentially what they did. They may have just tapped somewhere around, I think it's 73,000, or they went beyond 73,000, right? So they would have tapped or broken through 73,000 US dollars for one Bitcoin. And just remember, guys, Bitcoin is not a physical asset, it's just a digital asset, and not just a digital asset. However, it is a digital asset. All right, it's not physical. So, understanding that I need to, of course, make improvements based on what the market is doing, what the market makers are printing before us. I, of course, wanted to share this insight with you. Now, how could I have improved or taken this move, right? This actual, what has happened here? Essentially, what I was looking out for, of course, it did not play out, but what I was looking out for was for, we have one level here, then we have the second level here. And as we know, of course, based on what the market makers are doing, their retracement after they finish a level can be deeper on certain levels. All right. And this is what I was expecting to see. But of course, the market makers can do whatever they want. And this is why essentially, lines, as I would mention, do not essentially stop price from going in any particular direction. All right. That is not to say that you cannot get an understanding on average on what it is you are drawing on your charts. But always remember that this is the front end of investing. There is something happening behind the screens, or all of these candles. There is something that is happening behind the screens And that is why the market makers or the markets will move erratic at some point in time, because they essentially want to stop people out, grab orders and all of these things. They can see all of the orders that people are placing. That's what these market maker firms do. They are essentially using the liquidity provided from these institutions to drive prices up and down. All right, so just always keep that in mind. Lines do not stop price from doing something, but once you have a structured system and you are looking for certain characteristics of the markets, of course you can just set your pending orders up, and of course you can let the market do what they have to do. All right, so improvement, that is essentially what I'm working towards doing, at least showcasing here with this particular video. My profit level could have been even 72,000, right? Let's put that at 72,000. And my stop level, we will get to that just now. My entry price could have been 67,500. All right, that could have been my target profit there, and of course my stop could have been below. All right, now excuse me, essentially this is an ideal investment right here. All right, this is an improvement. This is how we actually get better with regards to investing. All right, I'm not saying that you do not get opportunities on a daily basis. All right, what I'm saying is that with the longer term, come here. Don't know why this thing does not want to move. Come here. Right, so this is what I was looking to do. This is a reset right here. Right, so I'm just essentially understanding the formation much better as to what it is the market makers are printing before us. The dealers, they are doing certain things behind the scenes, but of course, they only have so many tricks that they can play, that after a period of time, once we adapt to the understanding of what price is really doing, all right, and we are understanding the structures and we are putting it together, this will ideally bring the profits. This is where the skill comes in. The skill comes in from us being able to analyze what it is we are seeing before us over a period of time. All right, this happens in a bullish way, this happens in a bearish way. This is a bullish cycle, this is a bearish cycle, right? So this continues onwards, right? They just have certain ways that they construct their formations, and we can essentially see these things over time. And being able to see what they have done in the past is ideally how we can set ourselves up for the foreseeable future. Remember that this is legacy building. All right, this is generational wealth being created right before our very eyes. Yes, it will take some time to really understand the structures, but what skill was achieved to understand, how fast do you think you can achieve any skill set that can essentially change your entire life? All right, it's not going to be that easy. You have to take the time and understand what it is you are doing, understanding how to apply yourself, understanding who you essentially have to become in order to really be disciplined with the skill set, so that it can eventually pay you out like no other skill set in this world. All right, investing is a lovely, lovely, it's God given to us. So let's just delete this. All right, so we understand that we had a reset a little higher than we were expecting, right? And that is not a problem. This is just us as investors analyzing how we can improve, so that when something like this shows up again, we can essentially set ourselves up, set our pendings up, and essentially let the market makers do what they do best, just make the market up, right? So, of course, I'm just sharing some insight as to what I am personally doing to improve my overall analysis. All right, so that is a level 3 right there, and let's complete the cycle. Well, it's like roughly up here, so let's make some adjustments here. So that is a third level right there. All right, so this is an entire cycle, as you can see here, right? Level 1, level 2, and level 3. It's that simple. All right, so it's essentially us being able to make a guided and calculated and informed investment decision. All right, it's not gambling if it is we know exactly what it is we are looking for, if we are taking our statistics and we are measuring our moves, and we are not trying to try to chase these moves every single day. All right, let's go on the higher time frame. Let's go to the one, another 1 hour, the 4 hour time frame. Look how clear that looks right there. Right, I'm sure you can see that right there. All right, so this plays out time and time again, right? It's not essentially focusing on any support or resistance or anything along the lines of that. It's just the way on any given pair, I can go on any one of these pairs and draw these things on them out, essentially. They're just right there. Of course, these lines are not stopping price from moving in any particular direction. However, you know we can actually ideally understand what it is we are looking for, and we can make our investments, and you know just let the markets do what they have to do. All right, to me this is seeming to be setting up for a bullish cycle, but of course I would essentially wait for, let me find this thing, this is setting up for a bullish, a peak low here. I would see if this is going to actually do any form of retracement first before I actually look to go bullish, right? And that is the idea behind this particular pair in any other case. All right, so just giving a little insight, this, you can see this on every single pair, every single pair, cryptos, the Nasdaq, indices. All right, this is happening on every single pair. Gold, gold, people are trying to sell gold, and gold is just, not necessarily going to the moon, but of course there is still some, some ways for gold to potentially go just based off of the cycles. All right, so lifelong legacy building skill set, this is what it is we are looking for here. All right, we are using this to be able to see ideal opportunities so that we can essentially make the best of what is being showcased to us on any given day, on any given moment. All right, legacy building time, guys. Let's go out there and be the best version that we can be every single week, because we already are gifted. God gave us gifts for a reason, and let's execute on them. All right, so with that being said, I hope that this video was insightful, and yeah, I will definitely look forward to seeing you in the next video. Keep awesome, Royals. Cheers.